Hello everyone, my name is Johnson. My region number is URK18CS213. Today we will be discussing about the configuration of RIPNG. RIPNG means routing information protocol next generation. It is used only for IPv6 addresses, and we use the RIP routing information protocol for IPv4 addresses also. For it is used for hop count, and it is used for IPv4 address for 32-bit, and for the RIPNG it is for only IPv6 address, that is only 128-bit. And here we use is UDP RIPNG port. uh, in this we will be conferring by this topology. Here we have three pieces, three routers. And here we use the 2911 router. This is the now just we are connecting the straight through cable to this PC to switch with fast Ethernet 0/1. And first of all, I have to know that in the router we have to add the okay, just we are connecting the switch to router gigabyte, and router to switch gigabyte 0/0 and fast Ethernet 0/1, and let's switch to PC fast Ethernet 0/1, and a PC to switch 0/1 slash 1, 0/0. And we are connecting these routers with the DC cable. In the DC cable we can see here clock symbol. Now we are connecting this router with, but for connecting we should have the serial cable. So to add that, we have to open the router and we have to switch off the switch, and we have to add this cable, that is HWIC-2T we have to add to get the serial cable. And after that we have to switch on the router again. The same we will do for router 2. Switch off the router, we have to add this HWIC-2T, we have to on the router. Again for the router 1, we have to switch off the router, we have to add HWIC-2T to get the serial. Now we can see here I am using DC cable, and with this router we can see here serial cable 0/2/0. I am connecting with this router to 0/2/0. And for router 1 to router 2, I am here connecting serial /0/2/1, just 2/1. Now I have connected these routers with DC cable. Now for this IPv6, now open the router. In the IPv6 we have 128-bit IP address, that is is to db8 is to 1 is to 3 is to 2 is to now here db8 A001 1 to slash 64 here 2001 is to db8 is to A002 to 64 20 db8 1 is to A002 64 201 db8 1 is to 3 slash 64 here 201 is to db8 is to 1 is to 2 slash 64 201 is to db8 is to 1 is to. These are the IP address given to this router to PC to connect. Now just to open the router, CLI, no, enable config T. Now for the IPv6 the command is IPv6 unicast routing. It allows both IPv4 and IPv6 to send the packet. To allow the packets IPv6 unicast routing, here int it is connected with gigabyte of 0/0 IPv6 address is 201 is to db8 is to 1 is to 1/64. After no sh, we have to connect this router to router also, taking int sc/sc0/2/0 IPv6 address to A001 is to here the clock rate as 64K, no sh. Now just open the router to CLI, no, enable config T. Just forgot. For this we will just see the routing table. To see the routing table the command is sh IPv6 route. This is the routing table. Here 200/64 gigabyte 0 is directly connected. Now we'll just connect this router also. IPv6 unicast routing int gigabyte of 0/0 and IPv6 address of we can see it is given the IP address as 201/2 DB8 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1/64 and no sh. Now again the serial cable to connect int gigabyte of int 0/0 IPv6 addresses DB8 is to 1 is to A001 is to 1/64. When I press enter, it will be stating up. That means it will be turned into green color. Now it shows that the two routers are connected and sent the IPv6 packet to each other. This is the signal. Just 201 is to A001 is to 2. When I press no sh, we can see that again int I have to connect the serial cable, that is int /2/0 IPv6 addresses this here. I'm connecting this serial cable 0/2/0 V6 addresses A001 01/64 when I press no sh, it will be turned to green. It indicates that we can send the packet to each other. Now we can see that there is a connection between PC2 to router and PC0 to router and router 0 to router 3. Now just we will connect this serial cable also int SC0/2/1 IPv6 address /002/1/64 no sh. Now open router 1 and make the connection between PC1 to the router. That is enable enable config IPv6 unique cached routing int 0/0 IPv6 address as 201 is to db8 is to 1 is to 3 is to 1/64. Here you can see it has given the 128-bit IPv6 address as 201 is to db8 is to 1 is to 3/164. Now no SH. Now I am connecting to router with serial cable connection is there that between, so I am connecting with that in SC 0/2/1 IPv6 address as to deviate is to A00 to 164. Here we have to set the clock rate because there is a clock symbol between that wire. Clock rate 64K. No SH. When I press no SH, it will be turned into green. Now there is a connection between this router to router connection and the pieces to the router. Now we have to configure the RIPNG routing. To perform that, command is enable config int 0/0 IPv6 RIP test1 enable. This is the IPv6 RIP test1 enables. We have to enable to send the packet to PC0 to router 0. This is the command IPv6 RIP test1 enable. And to set the IP configuration between the router to router, we have to set the serial cable as SC 0/2/0 and IPv6 RIP test1 enable. Now we can send the packet to each other. Now we have to set the middle router same as which we have did in the previous router. Int G/0. We have to enter enable IPv6 packet to send. Command is IPv6 RIP test1 enable. IPv6 RIP test1 enable. Now there is a connection between IPv6 configuration between PC to router. Now we have to set the router to router configuration with serial cable. So SC 0/2/0 PV6 RIP test1 enable. Now we can see there is another serial cable to router connection, so I will connect this also here. SC 0/2/1 IPv6 RIP test1 enable. Now we have to enable the commands for router to PC 0/0 IPv6 RIP test1 enable. Now to router connection, we have to set the serial cable. Here the serial cable is connected with this SC 0/2/1 IPv6 RIP test1 enable. Now we just ping from PC to PC. whether the RIP routing information protocol next generation is working uh, to this topology configuration or not. Just open PC0. To set that, go to desktop IP configuration and set IPv6 configuration as automatic. Now PCs, just make that, don't forget desktop IP configuration, IPv6 configuration automatic. Desktop IP configuration automatic. Now you will just ping from PC0 to PC1. PC1, go to command prompt. The command to ping is ping. You have to enter the IPv6 address for PC0 is 2001 is to DB8 is to 1 is to 1, B8 is to 1 is to 201 is to 96FF 96FF is to FE1D is to B15B. Here you can see there is a reply from PC0 to PC1. So we can send the IPv6 packet through PC0 to PC1. Just to confirm that PC0 to PC1, command prompt ping 201 is to DB8 is to 1 is to 3 is to 2D0 is to BCFF. Here we can see the IPv6 address for PC1 FEA1 is to A9CB. Now when I press enter, there is a reply through PC0 to PC1. We'll just open PC0 IP configuration. We open PC2 command prompt. Just we check from PC2 to PC1. There is a connection between them, whether the packet is going through each other or not. 201 is to DB8 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 201 is to 96FF FE1D B15B. Here we can see there is a ping between PC2 to PC0. I will just check for PC1 to PC2. Ping 201 is to DB8 is to 1 is to 3 is to 2D0 is to BCFF is to FEA1 is to A9CB. Here we can see the reply is coming between PC1 to PC2. So the IPv6 packet is going through these PCs. Now we have to remind that the RIPNG works only in the IPv6 address, and the IPv6 address is in 128 bit and it is UDP port, and it allows the packet only if we enable when in the last step we have given that from PC to router we have to send the IPv6 packet, means we have given the here 0 by 0 slash 0 and the command IPv6 RIP test1 enable, and the router to router connection we have given that serial cable connection, and we have set the enable command, that is IPv6 RIP test1 enable. These are the commands to send the packet from each other. This is the routing information protocol next generation in IPv6. Okay, thank you.